Information Station. My name is Tim Zalback. Time now for the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm sitting down with David Brummer today. He's an agronomist with KSI Laboratories, lives out in Shelbyville, and there's a private new thing coming to Shelbyville where we're going to talk about it today because it might be some news to you all. We're talking about pickleball today. How are you doing today, Mr. Brummer?
I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's really good to have you in the studio. My first time meeting you. And yes, like I said, pickleball is making its way to different communities here in Taylorville, and now it's in Shelbyville. And explain to us, let's just get started on the basics. What is pickleball?
Yeah, so pickleball is it's an interesting sport. It's actually the fastest growing sport in America right now. And it was created by a couple of guys out in Washington State about 25, 30 years ago who wanted to develop a sport, some physical activity that seniors could play. So they took tennis courts and they made them about half size. The court is actually 20 by 40. And they created some new rules, and they created a game called pickleball, which involves a lot less running and moving. It's more of a reflex game. And they started playing it, and it has just really caught fire. It's everywhere. And retirees love it. Down in Florida, there's pickleball courts on every street corner. Yeah. And so there's a lot of retirees down there playing it. But you play it with a kind of a short wooden racket. Looks a little bit like a racquetball racket. And the ball itself is a wiffle ball. So you can't hit the ball real fast with a lot of speed, and that's by design. And you can't do any overhand slams in pickleball. You got to keep the paddle below your waist or at your waist when you swing. You can't go to the net and slam the ball. There's an area on either side of the net that's kind of blocked out. You can't stand in there. So it takes tennis, but it takes a lot of the aggressive play out of it, and it's more of a gentle game, but it's still very competitive. Trust me, people get into it and they play hard.
Oh yeah. There it is. I mean, there's the summary of pickleball right there. It's a lot less running. I'll say that much. I've played some pickleball. I have written down here, bigger than ping pong, but smaller than tennis. It really does fall in the middle there. And yeah, it like we said, it's a lot less, it's lower impact, a lot less running, less moving back and forth. And it's reaction, like you talked about. Is that kind of what made you want to get this involved in Shelbyville there?
Well, it goes back a little farther. So over the years, I've invested in some other things. And I have a kind of a vacation cabin family resort over there around Lake Shelbyville called Whitetail Crossing Cabins, or rental cabins. And we have a lot of activities in and around the cabins, like volleyball and hiking trails, swimming pool, disc golf is over there, horseshoes, stuff like that. And we always ask our guests every year if they fill out a card and tell us what they would like us to bring to Whitetail Crossing Cabins. And for the last several years, pickleball has been the request, and it's exceeded all other requests added together. And so when I've met with my staff in the wintertime, our off season, I always say, what can we add? And everybody says, everybody wants pickleball. So I researched it this year in a little bit, and we decided to go ahead and put in some pickleball courts.
That's amazing. I mean, you responded to what the community wanted. What was the process like for getting in pickleballs? Did you already have some tennis courts that you converted?
No, we started from scratch. It was good though. And I'll give a lot of credit to a company up here I'm not sure if it's Riverton or Buffalo, but up here just east of Springfield, there's a company called All Weather Courts, nice family-owned business, and they were incredibly helpful. And they do the court surfacing. So they helped us. They helped my concrete guys get the concrete on the ground correctly, and they helped me find fence people to fence it, and they gave me a lot of tips. And then they came and surfaced the courts. So we started. I think the concrete guys showed up around 1st of April, and then they were done. The concrete has to cure for 4 weeks before they surface it, so we had a little wait, and then the fence people came, and we finally opened up around the 3rd week of July. So that's not really that bad. A little 3 months or so to go from bare dirt to a finished court ready to play. But
yeah. How long, you say, you kind of mentioned how long it took. How long did it take until you started seeing people there making use of it?
Well, it's the interesting thing. So these are the first pickleball courts in the Shelbyville area. And a lot of people, when I started talking about this, their first question was, what is pickleball? They didn't even know what the sport was. So it's a little bit of a learning curve. And then we had to get the word out. And, the play on the courts is increasing every week. It's certainly not crowded yet. I think it'll take a while, but maybe by next summer. But the play is increasing gradually. People are getting familiar with pickleball, and almost everybody that I talk to that are beginners and they come up and play for the first time say, yes, I enjoyed this. I want to come back and play again. So I think there's going to be a process since we started from ground zero, really. But it's growing. It's growing steadily.
Totally. I was super surprised to see we have one over here in Manners Park in Taylorville. And there were people out, quite a big group making their rounds, switching off, playing games. It's such a fun time over there. Where is your pickleball courts located in Shelbyville?
Well, they're right next to Whitetail Crossing Cabins, which are about 5 miles north of Shelbyville over by the lake, about halfway between Shelbyville and Findlay. And there's a lot of, near Possum Creek access and between Possum Creek and Coon Creek access. So it's kind of out in the country. And we built them there because that's where we already had the vacation development and we had the land there. So they're not right in town. But anyway, you were talking about the courts in town and there's a crowd there. One of the things, since this is private courts and we didn't build them with any taxpayer dollars, we build them with private money. We do have a fee to play. And typically people that play at the park district are used to not having a fee on the courts. So there is that hurdle that we have to overcome. But conversely, there's a lot of times when people go to the public courts, and you may have done this, and the courts are full and you have to wait to play. And there's there might already be other people there waiting to play. So you're behind them. At our courts, since they're private and there's a fee, and it's not a huge fee, a player can play, if they're playing doubles, they can play for $3 an hour on the courts. But anyway, you can go on lspickleball.com. You can reserve your court. When you get there, it's waiting for you. So that's one advantage we have. There's no waiting, and you don't have to wonder if you're going to be able to get a court when you organize 3 other people to go play. You know you're going to get to play.
That's really nice to have an online source there where people can just already sign up for their court time.
Yeah.
And a little hurdle that you might have to face there. But hey, if you want to have the court reserved to yourself, it might be a little bit of a fee, but it's nice to know that there's going to be a spot there.
Yeah, it's not a big fee. If you look at it on a per player basis, it's less than a Starbucks coffee, and I'm not picking on them.
Sure. No, I get it. So a little bit of a fee there, but hey, pickleball, if you're wanting to get into it, that was a great time. I was at a Meyer, I was at Shields, and there are pickleball rackets being sold now where I have never seen them being sold. Does that make you feel good that pickleball is still rising? People are buying things?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think we would have invested in this if we didn't think that it was a growing sport that was going to be with us for a long time. I think pickleball nationwide is still on the upswing. In fact, quite a bit, really. I think it's still a pretty young sport. When you consider that it's only about 25 or 30 years old since it was created, I mean, that's like nothing really in terms of the history of recreation. So yeah, we feel pretty good about the fact that people are going to enjoy pickleball and want to play more and more.
Yeah, without a doubt. How many times have you gone out there and played on the new courts?
Just a couple times. It's new to me too. I'm a beginner, and I tell you what, it kicked my behind the other day. I'm 68 years old, so even though it's a small court and there's not as much movement, it's still. But the time flies. So you're out there and you're getting exercise, but you're having fun. You don't really realize it. I was astonished that we had played for an hour. And I was ready to quit because I was tired, but we had played for an hour and I couldn't hardly believe the hour was up, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, time definitely goes by fast. And yes, we say low impact, but that's just because there's a little bit less running, but gosh, you still work up a sweat like you are running around. It's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah. You're tensed up and you're on the balls of your feet the whole hour, trying to anticipate where the ball might come to you. And yeah, it's a good sport. It's good exercise.
It's like boxing or something. Always on your toes, moving left and right just a little bit. As reaction, I like the way you put that. Sitting down with David Brummer right now here on the WTIM Morning Show. He's an agronomist with the KSI Laboratories, but also investing in Shelbyville with a little bit of pickleball action here. There's new pickleball courts up in Shelbyville. We're going to take a short little break here on the WTIM Morning Show. We'll be back with more of David Brummer here on the WTIM Morning Show.
Your information station, WTIM.
We are excited to announce our new project in Assumption, Illinois. This is Shalis Nagel, Executive Director of Kimmer Village. Join us August 13th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the First United Methodist Church in Assumption, 209 North Walnut, to see what we are planning. This cooperative effort with the Assumption Community Pride Association, Methodist Church, and Assumption Presbyterian Church and Kimmer Village will offer quality, licensed, not-for-profit childcare to our community.
This is Randall J. Miller, president of the Miller Media Group. We're proud to bring you another Business of the Month Spotlight recognize an area business for their contributions to their town's employment and community service. Agriculture is our area's largest industry, and Central Commodity FS is a leader in ag retailing in Christian County and Central Illinois. It provides jobs to help farmers grow the crop that feeds the world. As a cooperative, that means it's owned by their customers as they purchase products on the supply side or deliver grain, gaining ownership, helping CCFS grow. They invest in youth with yearly high school scholarships, FFAs, Ag in the Classroom, the Farm Bureau Foundation, and Christian County 4-H. Central Commodity FS provides the resources for our local farmers to continue making agriculture our largest industry. We at the Miller Media Group take this time to recognize this local business as our Business of the Month. And we hope you'll use this business and other local businesses that keep our economy going every day. Spending dollars local makes sense.
School registration got you down? Get up and get going to the Christian County YMCA and take advantage of the August membership promotion, where there's no joining fee through August 31st. Being a member qualifies you for reduced prices on programs, including teen centers and grade school parties. Keep yourself and the kids active all year long at the Healthy Hangout, the Y, for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Farmers care for their land with the next generation in mind. To help growers with their conservation efforts, ADM now offers Regenerations. Regenerations provides cash payments and technical assistance for practices like cover crops and reduced tillage. Participation in Regenerations is easy, it's rewarding, and it's available now. To learn how Regenerations can help sustain your farm's legacy, contact your local ADM representative for details at 217-451-8399. That's 217-451-8399.
Hi, this is Andrea Bach from the Christian County YMCA, where it's all about youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Find out about our great programs and activities at your local YMCA by clicking our icon on the obituary page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Summer means it's time to be active. Taylorville Care Center can help you be active this summer with their great therapy program that includes medical care and private rooms. Find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Information Station. My name is Tim Zalabak. We're continuing the WTIM Morning Show here with David Brummer. He's an agronomist with the KSI Laboratories, and he's the brains behind the new pickleball courts coming to Shelbyville. We've been talking about that the whole time, and if you want to reserve a spot to play some pickleball in Shelbyville, you guys got a website all ready for that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we do, and it's really easy and very straightforward. You just go to LS Pickleball, and to help you remember it, the LS stands for Lake Shelbyville Pickleball, lspickleball.com, and on there will be the rates. There'll be a button that says Reserve a Court. You click that, and it'll show you the dates and the times available, and you just pick one and go through the process. It's really easy to reserve a court. So, that.
It makes it super easy there. You can go make sure you can go knowing that you're going to have a spot there. You're always on the drive. Maybe it's going to be too crowded. No, you're not going to have to worry about that because you got something reserved for you. And also on site there, refreshments and rental. You can rent out some equipment if you need.
Yeah, we've got a little building there, and we've got refreshments, Gatorades, and waters and sodas. If you're and pickleball will make you thirsty. There's also some other snacks there. If you don't have equipment, if you're a beginner and you just want to try it to see if you even like it before you invest in equipment, no worries. We have paddles for rent there, and the pickleballs are free. You just grab a pickleball, or we'll give you a pickleball. You play your game and then just return it, and there's no charge for that. So all you really need to do is just show up with your tennis shoes on, and you'll be good to go.
There you go. That's something you won't find over there at Manners Park. Is you won't have your own equipment. You won't have rental equipment there. You're going to have to buy pickleballs. You're going to have to buy a racket there. That's an investment for sure. So what a great opportunity for people that have never played before. Maybe I want to try. They can come over there. Was that a big piece that you wanted to ensure that was part of it?
I wanted to try to make it easy for people to play, or even to try out for the first time without having to go through a lot of stuff. Just show up. We had a class this past Saturday. We had a class called Introduction to Pickleball, and I think maybe one or two people showed up at that class with a paddle in their hand, and then everybody else, we just handed them out. So all these people got to play and learn about pickleball, and all they had to do was just show up, and we set them up, and I think everybody had a good time. it was a lot of fun.
That's great. That's great. Will there be an attendee working the pickleball courts at all times?
Yes.
Or-
Yeah,
okay.
there will. Yep.
Very cool. So you won't have to deal with any technology to get into that or anything, and that'll be closed up. Amazing. So what else do I need to know about the Shelbyville pickleball courts if I was my first time going over there?
Not much. You just need to find your way out there. It's if you have your iPhone, it's 2024 County Highway 5 in Shelbyville. Plug that into your iPhone, and it'll take you right there. Parking lot's right there. We have equipment. We have the balls. We have refreshments. Just show up and play. Have a good time.
Awesome. If you can play it singles or doubles, if I'm a single player, is there any way where you could be matched up with doubles teams, or is it you have to come in with your team and do all that?
You would need to coordinate that to some extent. So we're going to have some open play nights. In fact, we have one coming up this Tuesday where you just show up and we'll just pair off and play. And I anticipate having more of those going forward. We'll see how Tuesday goes. This is the first one. We've just been open 3 weeks. And so we're going to have open play nights. And then other times, though, make a phone call, grab a couple friends and come up. But and we'll do whatever people want. I mean, if people love these open play nights, I mean, I could see us having them 3 or 4 nights a week or on weekends. If that's what people prefer, I'm good anyway. I just like it when people are out there playing, having a good time.
Totally. Yeah, that'll be a really cool way for people to get out there and enjoy some community engagement and play some pickleball. Those are open play nights. The first one's happening tomorrow night.
Tuesday
night.
All right. Yeah, that is tomorrow. This is Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I get it. I had to think about it too. Is it Monday? Yes, it is.
Yeah, tomorrow night at 6. If you're listening and you want to give it a try, just go out there and show up. And if you don't know the rules, no problem. We'll help you learn the rules. And it's going to be a lot of beginners, so don't worry about your skill level. Just come out and give it a try. You'll get a chance to just give it a try. No pressure, no investment. Just show up. It's free, by the way. There's no court charge for these open play nights for now because we just want people to try it and see what they think. And so tomorrow night at 6 is the time. Come on out and we'll pair up and we'll play some pickleball.
That was my next question. Will there be a fee for the open play nights? No fee, so you can come in and then just play. Those are free nights.
The open play nights are free. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be the case next year, but this year it is. We just want to get people initiated to the sport and see if that's something that they would enjoy or not. I think, if you find like golf or anything else, if you find something like that you really enjoy, it really has a positive impact on your life, to go out and recreate. And so this is another opportunity for that. And it might be just the right thing for people. And I want them to come up and try it. So
this could be the next golf for people's retirement recreation.
Well, it would be right in there. I mean, golf is a great game and people love it, but then there's other people that just don't want to play golf. Just like there's probably people that don't really want to play pickleball.
Yep. And then they have golf.
But, so it's good to have a variety of choices. Yeah.
Of course. Well, the community of Shelbyville has something new here. So that'll be really awesome. We're just about at a minute left. Can you go ahead and name off that website one more time and what people can find there?
Sure. lspickleball.com. Real simple. Type it in. You can type it in your cell phone. It'll pop right up. It'll show a picture of the courts, and there'll be a blue button there that says reserve a court. Just hit that button and you're right into the reservations. It'll show you the dates, the times that are available that date, and you can pick your courts. You can rent for 1 hour at a time or 2 hours at a time. And if you rent for 2 hours, it's a little less money per hour, but both of them are a great value. So you're looking at between $2 and $3 per player to play for an hour. And so hopefully people see it as a good value.
Absolutely. That's lspickleball.com, and all the information and reservations can be found right there. Mr. Brummer, thank you so much for taking the time today and sitting down with us, telling us all about pickleball.
Hey, I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. That's David Brummer. He's an agronomist with the KSI Laboratories in Shelbyville. Now he is getting pickleball started in Shelbyville. It's very exciting. And there is an open play night tomorrow night in Shelbyville. So if you want to go out and enjoy the pickleball courts, you definitely can. This has been Tim Zalback here on the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for listening.
Your information station, WTIM.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. With under 5% of the debris on Maui having been searched so far, it's feared the wildfire death toll, now 96,